Division 3 opponent. Okay, opponent is playing long ball counter with 3 attackers, 2 defensive midfielders. Okay, let's mark CF.
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And this place... Drogba! Marvellous goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
So, a breakthrough already. Now it's Drogba. The ball has bounced loose now. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
Oh, that was expansive and incisive, the type of move to please any coach.
Bastoni gets it clear. And it's Rijkaard. Drogba gets flagged offside.
Flags offside.
And here's Drogba. Doué. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Bastoni. And Adams. Bastoni. Roberto Carlos. And it's Neymar. That's good pressure, closed him down quickly.
Suarez really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And the shot! He's got a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
So that's 2 now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And the finish! Surely now they are well and truly out of sight. And again, they simply do not know what has hit them.
And how about the timing of the pass and run? They've worked it before and no doubt they'll work it again.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Pass, very bad pass. बहुत ही गंदा पास कर दिया।
Maldini.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Rodri. He's shifting through the gears here. Veron tries to get it clear. Luis Suarez. Rodri. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And Wan-Bissaka. And here's Bellingham. He's picked his way through.
Nice turn. Nice
Now
turn.
the finish! And he hits the net. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Good to pay. Give themselves a fighting chance. Back in with a shout. And there's the end of the first half.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Dundee are broadly in charge, but the contest is still alive at 3-1.
Are you doing any changes, buddy?
Substitution on the field, number 24, Messi. Coming on the field.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Substitution in progress.
Baron. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Vieira. Lobbed in behind. Nice interception, well timed. Dundee come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Haaland. And the counter is on. Roberto Carlos. Looking for the run. Conte. Bellingham. Rodri. Dundee are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. And that could set him on his way. Oh, that's well spotted. Roberto Carlos. Gently done. Chance here to counter. That is a great pick out. And the shot! He has done it! And they are dragging it back! Game on again! Really tidily gathered and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Number 21.
Good to pay, get themselves back into contention.
Well, it was important they didn't get ahead of themselves and lose their discipline. This game plan could now well reward them with an equaliser.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. And he's away. Oh, he's got a... He's had a hit! It's in! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Number 4, the run. Coming on the field is number 22, Xabi Alonso.
Good to pay can make their change now with a break in play. We have ourselves a real game here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought...
He's got the shot away! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
25.
Climbs up big! Danger averted for now. Adams gets it away.
Dundee showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
He could be in here. Now it's Mbappe. And he's on his way. Shapes to shoot. Really well taken goal. They've done it. It was coming. They have their reward. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
And here's Drogba. Thuram. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's quick to get it clear again. And that will be it. Dundee illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Everything looked so good for them to start with, but as we have seen so many times, they ended up with nothing. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking? Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold... Oh, no, what has happened here? Dembele? Oh, that's an excellent interception. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Dundee clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Rijkaard calmly anticipates. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now that's well seen too.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
Mbappe! Veron. And that's gone loose. Oh, they could be caught out here! Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, N'Golo Kante. He is only one midfielder, but it often feels like he does the work of two or three. He's got exceptional awareness for danger and the stamina to make sure he can go and snuff it out over and over again if required. He's also exceptional in the tackle, and when you watch him in the latter parts of a game, 90th minute plus, he looks as if he's in the first five.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Motherwell clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Can he get away here? Cafu kept his eye on it, and he's there. Dembele. Good read, needed to be. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Griezmann. Now it's Vinicius Junior. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! What a save! Terrific reactions!
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Dundee with another corner. Corner number 2 then. Motherwell have the chance to go the other way. That's beautifully weighted. And the first half is done. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I don't think we need the stats to be on the screen to tell us about the pass completion rate, which has been obviously a letdown in this first half. All too often we've seen players left frustrated because of poor decision-making and just a general sloppiness. So I'm sure the boss will be getting stuck into his players to improve and improve quickly.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Totti! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
It's easy to say it, but difficult to stop it when runs in behind are being made like that.
Conte. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Totti. Vinicius Junior. Rijkaard does really well to win the ball there. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
Tries a shot! That is decidedly lacking.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Vieira. Baron. And it's Totti. And claimed it back swiftly. Baron. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Now it's Dembele. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He is through here, and he's one-on-one, surely! Nice interception, well timed.
Well, they deserve an awful lot of credit for their commitment to the cause, but it's a goal credit that would be most welcome now.
Ah, he's given it away. Vinicius Junior. Mbappe. Spread neatly. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Dundee seem happy to bash their heads against the brick wall, Peter. That central route forward is just a no-go zone.
And he's picked out the run. He's had a hit! Oh, yes, it's there! And that might well be that!
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
Dundee take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet.
And that is that. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Messi voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Dundee leave it.
Peter Parker. डिफेंडर्स को क्या हो गया पता नहीं, डिफेंडर्स तो फॉर्म में आ ही नहीं रहे।
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And nobody in this atmosphere... Doué! Denied by an instinctive save.
Doué is offering a wry smile there.
Foden. The formidable Lothar Matthäus, the man who, perhaps above all others, sums up what is great about German football.
Yeah, he was a machine of a player, one with a fierce will to win, and no one will forget his exploits in 1990.
When the Germans were quite clearly a cut above everybody else.
Yeah, largely thanks to him, and I think he was the driving force in the knockout stages. The game against the Czechs in Milan comes to mind.
Oh yeah, it was a trip. And now the hit! Ambitious, but just off target.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Matthäus is there, and he can pick it up. Foden. No goals as yet. Now it's Baron. That's beautifully weighted. Ter Stegen has that under control. Cafu is there to clear. Bellingham. Maldini kept his eye on it, and he's there. Aimed beyond the defence. Doué, oh, he's played it in low.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And back to the keeper they go. Tar producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. And no, that was never going to make it. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Doué. Foden. And it's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Gravenberg. Doué. Messi. Messi was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And he's had it nicked away. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Keeper's got good distance on that. Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Gravenberg. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but... Big chance! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Yep, certainly could have been something so much more.
Now it's Drogba. And that interception was most necessary. Doué! Good effort, and it is right on half-time. Dundee failed to capitalise in stoppage time, so we are as we were. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. There's the start of the second half.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Messi. Gravenberg.
Well, yet another interception and
Batistuta! It's there!
Boom! There we go, and it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree. Well, I think there's a few trying to claim offside, but he looks to have been on. Yeah, he was on.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, whatever the manager said in that dressing room at half-time, it's worked a treat.
Alexander-Arnold. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Now there's a tries a shot! It's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
We knew what was coming, and he has He's got the shot away! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Batistuta really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now a sudden chance to counter. Vieira. And it's Messi. Oh, super find. And he's got the beating of his Drogba! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Drogba has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Alexander-Arnold. Barcelona upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Now it's Batistuta. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vieira. Messi. Drogba. Oh, that looks a good ball through. He's through, now is he in? Can he finish? It's in! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
Barcelona can now introduce the first of their substitutes. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, they deserve great credit for turning things around, but they'll now need the defensive resilience to equal that attacking flair. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That's a promising run he's making on the right.
Barcelona really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And he's taking no chances there. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Barcelona do have a chance to counter here. That's the throw.
Substitution on the field. Number 10, number 4, Varane. Number 38, Schwerbenbach. Coming on the field, number 21, Bellingham.
It's Neymar! They've done it! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! He just absolutely speared that in.
Yeah, I just thought he made great use of his upper body there. It would have taken something really special to keep that out.
All square again into the dying minutes.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Adams.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Now it's Doku. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Oh, that's fabulous. Neymar. Valverde.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Doku providing an outlet on that flank. And that's it. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Drogba voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
And we'd like to inform you now that
Your final thoughts, Jim?
Dundee can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all...
चल पाएगा ये ऐसे से कनेक्टेड था क्या मालूम भाई मोबाइल हीटिंग का इशू है ये या वाईफाई का है इतना भयानक लैग अब देखो विजिबिलिटी अरे वाह अरे कुनामी जीरो हो जाता पता नहीं कैसे जीरो हो जाता है तो
Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Doué, Van Basten. Oh, that's a fine challenge. And he's there to get it away. Looking for options for movement.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Not the most accurate pass. Del Piero is offering some sort of an apology there.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Ah, 2022, the year Lionel Messi reached his points of fulfilment.
The jewel in the crown, Peter.
And I wonder, Jim, watching it in Qatar, when you first got the feeling he was going to go all the way.
Well, I would say the game against Croatia, a goal and an assist against a team that had humiliated Argentina 4 years previously, and that 2022 tournament got off to the worst possible start, in a way.
Van Basten! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And now they can spring out of defence. Batistuta is onto this. Messi. Araujo defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. That's a lovely, neat pass. A searching ball that into space. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
That just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
No way through. He's played him through. Oh, super ball. Goes in for the header. That's a half-decent try.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Gravenberch. Van Basten. Well timed, excellent interception. Sharjah looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of bowlers in the team. As long as they don't...
He's had a hit! And he's done it!
Oh, that was such a smart exchange of passes, and it took so many defenders out of play in one quick movement. Wonderful goal.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus, as the opposition will inevitably react.
And it's Veron. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. Del Piero. And there's the end of the first half. So there we are, half-time. Both teams head into their respective dressing room, and while there was a genuine flow about the game, most importantly, there has been just one telling moment. It is still very tight here. The game still up for grabs. And the half-time score, 1-0. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I think there's plenty to be pleased about with that first half display in terms of the score and overall approach.
Dundee come off having scored the only goal of the game so far. It's been tight, it's been exciting, and there is certainly plenty for us to chew on during the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Dundee really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
He's got the shot away! Opts to play it back. And another try! Oh, it's come off the upright. Del Piero. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Veron. Now who's going to be first to this? Oh, that's a... Haaland! It's in! And with that goal comes comfort. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Dundee are doing very nicely, thank you.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, it's come loose. Sharjah appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Bellingham. Adams cuts out the pass. And it's Batistuta. The less said about that pass, the better. And back to the keeper they go. Dundee, perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Just a quarter of an hour to play. Drogba.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
ड्रोग्बा नहीं पहुंच पा रहा है कि हमारा इंटरनेट नहीं पहुंच पा रहा है.
Substitution in progress.
One bar in one bar.
Maldini.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Can he finish? And more and more and more. And the lead is extended still further. Drogba duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
A case now of complete control. And he's on his way! Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And here's Bellingham. Oh, he's been carried, put it away! And that is a truly outstanding save.
बहुत बढ़िया से.
Substitutions taking place.
बहुत उम्दा से. बहुत खुश हो रहा है इससे. कौन? अरे भाई क्यों भाग गया? अरे डेविड बाया. तीन उम्दा से. अरे यार नेटवर्क का देखना था ना मेरे को भाई. क्यों भाग जा रहे हो तुम लोग? पहले तो नेट चल नहीं रहा यहाँ पे. इतने गजब लैग वाले देखे हैं तुमने स्ट्रीम्स?
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And nobody in this atmosphere can hide from the truth about how much this game matters. The scene overflows with colour and passion. The action has already started. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Musiala! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Musiala can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. Threads one in. Dundee, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Plenty. There's the shot! They've scored!
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
Dundee have taken the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
It's a pretty loose pass. Adams.
Paris Saint-Germain really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention right now.
Vieira. Havertz. Looking tidy in possession here.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper. That has to be a lesson learned. You can't just blindly cross the ball into the box with no attacking presence.
Just eases him off the ball. Oh, a delicate chip through. Havertz. And it's the goalkeepers to claim. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Oh, shooting chance! It's in! Paris Saint-Germain are back on level terms. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Paris Saint-Germain grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides, and with such great individual talent on show, it could go either way.
It's Dembele! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And no, that was never going to make it. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Dundee head back in at the break after a first half that has been, from a scoreline point of view in any case, an even one. Both sides have contributed in equal measure, neither looking overly under pressure from the other. And at the break, glass half full, half empty. It's 1-1. That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each.
Number 18, Dembele. Coming on the field, number 19, Erling Haaland. Number 10.
Paris Saint-Germain get the second half going. That is good alertness. Drogba. And claimed it back swiftly. Nuno Mendes. Now he's off and running. Well, that has not gone well. Vieira. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Thuram, looks to clip it forward. Oh, well played. Cristiano Ronaldo.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Forwards and with intent. Drogba is wide and looking to get onto this. And he's cut it out.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Dundee, perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Drogba. Nuno Mendes.
Look, movement creates more options, and that was really sharply done.
Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And now they can spring out of defence. Gravenberch. That's headed upfield. Gravenberch cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
And he's lost his man here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Vieira. And it's Veron. Drogba. And he can clear it away. And they're quick to get it back. And no, that is pretty much the end of that.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope. Paris Saint-Germain merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
Dundee are looking to break at pace. And he's there to belt it away. Paris Saint-Germain can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability.
Cristiano Ronaldo! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Cristiano Ronaldo actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Substitution on the field. Number 4, Varane. Coming on the field is number 22, Xabi Alonso.
Desperate defending required here. And he gets rid in a hurry.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Real chance! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Oh, what about that? And that has raised the roof. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Dundee take the lead. Now it's just a question of holding on. Great hit! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Osimhen really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
All hands on deck for this one. And he's there to clear it. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Haaland claiming the Man of the Match award. And there is very...
FKU. Okay.
So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped, undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. And this place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. And already we're underway here. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. White.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Shevchenko is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to...
Decent hit! They want to be quick to recover this. Shapes to shoot.
Thanks.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Goes in for the header! Has a look and plays it forward. Still goalless. Valverde. Passing is crisp and sharp. Valverde! And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bale. And it's Messi. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rijkaard makes the interception. Oh, that's well spotted. Milan trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game because you try and absorb in numbers defensively and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Valverde, chance to shoot now! And for a moment, time stood still.
Well, one sloppy lapse like that can do a lot of damage, and it was triggered by the closing down.
Corner number 2 then. Milan are looking to go forward now. Succumbs to the pressure. He's played him through. Can he finish? Adams tries to clear. And it's Maldini. Works it forward. Messi. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Valverde. White. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Cristiano Ronaldo.
There will be 1 minute added time.
White. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, as if we needed reminding, no easy games at this level, and that is proven here. Neither side any further forward from where they were 45 minutes ago, but it is far from lethargic, far from slow, highly engaging, but goalless. So we reach the halfway point.
Dundee ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in this second half.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time.
Number 19, Erling Haaland. Number 11, Didier Drogba.
Here we go again.
Number 21,
Dundee have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
And here's Bellingham. Bellingham. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Valverde, Haaland. Adams with the clearance. He's got space. Oh, shooting chance! This time, surely! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
So, third corner of the game. And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. Dundee get their fourth corner. And he gets rid in a hurry.
Look, a little variation can't hurt here because they've got no previous.
Schneider clears it away. Well, they want another corner, and it looks as though they're going to get it. The corner count is rising. That's 6. There's the header! And that's caused a worry or two. 60 minutes played. Oh, this looks sharp. Valverde. Great hit! And he's really put himself on the line here. It's a lucky 7th corner. He gets big, and it's in! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So the first moment of real significance.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Iniesta. Oh, delightful ball. Shevchenko. And he's taking no chances there. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I think it's pretty clear. The message is to get the job done, and the sooner the better.
Chip through. Beckenbauer spots it and intercepts. Had a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this?
Milan really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Costa Curta does really well to win the ball there. Dundee leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. That's been cut out, well played. Now that looks a decent ball. And there's green grass ahead of him. hits one! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Substitution on the field. Number 25.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Thuram.
5 minutes added time.
Can he get it through? Oh, it's a sweet ball, that. Now it's Shevchenko. Bellingham. Haaland. And that's a shot at goal! They've done it! And that is what they came to see, what they demanded to see. His first!
Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's night.
And that's that. It's a super show all round, both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently, undeniably better equipped than the other. Gravenberg picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
Please report to the staff room.
Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
His attackers didn't play well.
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. There's the whistle. Short changes him with that pass. Messi. Cafu. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, and we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Yeah, time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come to expect the extraordinary from him.
We have.
Ah, that's a fine interception. Beckham. Cruyff. Now it's Batistuta. And it's Batistuta. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Baron. Played back in.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Cruyff. Cafu. Oh, he's found support out wide. Chance with a header! Goal! Bayern Munich! And Bayern Munich take the lead! That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
Yeah, he makes those runs with great stealth and a ghost-like arrival to get his head to the ball.
Bayern Munich have penetrated for the first time.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Terrific header! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Well, plenty of moving targets to pick out in the box. Obviously increases your chances of the ball being met like that by someone.
Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Costa Curta. Messi proving dependable as ever. Another terrific day at the office for him. He's had a shot! Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Beckham. And it's Messi. Back into the middle.
There will be 1 minute
Vieira. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
That gets things going for the second half.
Dundee really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
No, that's been intercepted. Haaland. And here's Drogba. He's tries a shot! It's in! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, that's something that'll make the manager proud, because they dug in deep then and they've got their leveller. That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
attendance for this match was
Gently done. Cafu. Vieira. A true great in every sense of the word. And that has been cut short. Dundee perhaps contemplating their next change here. And it's Vieira. And here's Batistuta. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
substitution.
So here comes a substitution.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination.
And the keeper's given it away. Oh, given offside once more.
Substitution on the field. Number 11.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
Johan Cruyff. Number 13. Vieira.
Final ball not quite right, and his teammates are irritated at that.
Number 8, Gerrard.
Beckenbauer,
Number 6.
Messi,
Iniesta. Number 2.
Rummenigge.
Tchouaméni.
Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Valverde, Bellingham, chance to Eason hit! It's in! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Well, I think there's a few trying to claim offside, but he looks to have been on. Yeah, he was on.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
That's a nicely measured pass. In with a header! And that would have won it.
Bellingham was totally aware of how that chance could have impacted on the game, and that should have gone in.
Nice physical challenge. Oh, played right into his path. Havertz. Bellingham. Now it's Bellingham.
Dundee certainly don't need to overcommit now. Their priority lies further back.
5 minutes added time.
Into stoppage time. Very little left on it. Bayern Munich finding their passes. Now it's Bellingham. And that could set him on his way. Great hit! Oh, taken with style. And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
खड़ लिया पोजीशन रख के narrow defense dribbling R9 9 versus 9 अब मजा आएगा
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. And it's Dembele.
Patrick Vieira is a man of many qualities. The leadership has to be top of the pile.
Yeah, he's not just a destroyer, is he? He is the enforcer.
True, there's so much more to his game, quite comfortable in driving the team forward, and he can make those marauding runs from box to box.
Vieira.
This is what good chemistry is all about.
Rudiger. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace. Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
And it's Messi. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried. Neymar gets through. Tries a shot! Spezia! Goal!
Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
Spezia have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Messi.
Dundee are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Costa Curta. He can run onto that. Costa Curta is offering some sort of an apology there.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
He gets big! Van der Ven clears it away. Spezia look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying...
Could be... Can he put it away? Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Gravenberg. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And the first half is done. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Substitution on the field. Number 13, Hadrian. Number 9, Batistuta. Coming on the field, number 7, Griezmann. Number 17, Darwin Núñez. Substitutions taking place.
And the second half gets underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without...
Doué! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught napping. Looks to clip it forward.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Doué, shot a goal! And yes, it's there! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, we're all back to square one, but I hope this game opens up from here. It looks as if it could happen. Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
For this match was 71,800.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides, and with such great individual talent on show, it could go either way.
Here's the delivery. Oh, smashing header! He will be livid with himself.
Well, we were anticipating this. They're very much set up for the counter-attack, and I don't see it changing anytime soon.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, can he get onto this? Dundee, perhaps contemplating their next change here. Real chance here! Chouameni, Spezia needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. Aim forwards. Doué. And there's green grass ahead of him. Costa Curta.
Well, they deserve an awful lot of credit for their commitment to the cause, but it's a goal credit that would be most welcome now.
And here's Messi. And it's Messi. Griezmann. In with a header! Spezia! Goal! And they get themselves in front!
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Spezia are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. And the shot! No mistake! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
This big chance! Oh, yes, it's there! Late in the day, this could well be it!
Well, his movement is all based on fine margins, and the timing of his run then was ideal.
Having turned the game... Oh, shooting chance!
6 added minutes has been indicated.
Xavi Alonso.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Thuram kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now it's Haaland. Played into space out wide. Haaland. Drogba. And the referee brings it to a close. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Doué claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. So a dramatic game decided in its very last moments.
Well, I just think that determination and persistence has paid off handsomely to squeeze the win out of a draw. Sometimes it comes down to grit and desire and the stubbornness to keep plugging away. And this has been great staying power.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
ग्रिजमैन के पास है नेमर का हेडर
So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped, undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. And nobody in this atmosphere can hide from the truth about how much this game matters. The scene overflows with colour and passion. So off we go then. He's played him through. Nakata. The unmistakable figure of the brilliant Lionel Messi. 3 times he's conquered Europe, Jim. The first of those back in 2009.
Rome, he was excellent throughout. Not just in the final, Peter, but over the course of the whole tournament. He so deserved to be on the score sheet that night.
And it came with a header. You didn't expect that, a loopy header over the keeper. You thought at one stage it wasn't going to reach the net, but it did, and we never doubted him.
The shortest player on the pitch beating one of the tallest goalkeepers around at the time.
Maldini cuts it out. Vieira. Doué. That's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
That's good vision. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Messi. And it's Batistuta. Musiala. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, that's a key interception. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide.
Can he finish? And it's a goal! And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, look, he moves and manufactures in unique fashion. This guy is sheer class.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
He's having a go! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
Gravenberg. Doué.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Pedri. Pedri will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Cleared without complication.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Fiddles it through. And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow. So your views on the first half?
A lead that's fully justified for me. They've shown some excellent counter-attacking now, and it's paying dividends.
Dundee head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead.
Substitution on the field. Number 24, Messi.
That gets things going for the second half.
Number 19.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Oh, it's gone in!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Now it's Drogba, and he was quick to react. Haaland.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off. Yeah, it looks like a change of approach, and it may just freshen things up.
Now it's Gravenberg. Now it's Messi. Oh, that's delightful. No, again, there's no way through. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Pedri really was well marshalled there because he was...
Now the finish! Goal! Right back in the game! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
This is threatening to become a really good game. Doué! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 2 then. And it's hoisted clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Batistuta. He has found the way through.
Well, this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And he's intervened well there. Now it's Messi.
Barcelona really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Offside.
Substitution on the field. Number 10. Coming on to
We have
replace
got
him
changes
is
here, from both sides in fact.
21, Bellingham. Substitution in progress.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And here's Drogba. Gravenberg. Big chance! He should have put that one away.
Gravenberg has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
Substitution on the field. Number 11.
Corner number 3 coming up.
Number 25. Federico Valverde.
It's a mighty effort!
Gravenberg.
And he's managed to get rid.
On the field. Number 7. Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 4. Varane. Number 22. Xabi Alonso. Substitution.
Defending of the desperate variety. Oh, well played, well played.
Dundee certainly don't need to overcommit now. Their priority lies further back.
Oh, good-looking ball.
Added minutes has been
Pedri.
indicated.
Mbappe. Can he put it away? It's a goal! Dying minutes, and we're all square again.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it. An impact sub.
All square again into the dying minutes.
Credit where it's due. This is...
And that will be the final act. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, it was engaging.
उसने कैंसिल कर दिया क्या कोनामी ने कर दिया पता नहीं
So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped, undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. So that's got things underway. Can he get it through? And it's Totti. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Wesley Sneijder. He may be small in size, but he's big on influence, and if he has lively movement around him, he'll find the runners. He's the pivot for all that goes forward.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Tries to dink it. Header! Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Sneijder. Costa Curta. And it's Fletcher. Now it's Totti. It's Totti! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Gravenberch. Oh, good-looking ball. Veron. And that has been clubbed away. Mbappe producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. And it's Veron. Dembele. Good spot, he's seen the run. Dembele showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Dembele. Now it's Messi. He's got away. Roberto Carlos calmly anticipates. Costa Curta. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Gravenberch. Nicely worked. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Odo. Roberto Carlos. Threads one in. Dembele. He's got the shot away! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Volleyed effort.
Listen, I'm not sure he had to go at that first time, but at least he showed some good confidence.
Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Dundee have it back and can go again. And he's had it nicked away. Vieira. And it's Vieira. And he's there to retrieve it. Rijkaard. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice... Drogba! Big moment! Massive goal!
That couldn't have been a more potent injection of belief for this team. Top man, top...
And the first half is done. So the end of the first half, both teams have had their moments. There's been no shortage of talking points, but there has been just one goal, and that is the state of it at the break. 1-0.
There's plenty of positives to take, despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Dundee leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And the second half gets underway.
Dundee really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Darren Fletcher. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And here's Haaland. Doué. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
दो offside हो गया रे
Schneider. Dundee do look as though they've made a half-time change.
Mbappe!
That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, we always have to give a reason for it, Peter, but did he hit that too well? Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Dundee clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
The attendance for this match was 71,000.
Now it's Mbappe.
Well, this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Vieira. Doué. And he's there to belt it away. Nice sequence of passes, this. Plays a delicate ball. That's good vision. Now it's Totti. He's shifting, Totti! And that would have been some goal.
Totti just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire. There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Well timed, excellent interception. He steps in, and that's the end of that.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Dundee leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. Gravenberg. Dundee close now to seeing this one through to the end. And he's heaved it away. And he's only too happy to take that back. Doué! And that's caused a worry or two.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Costa Curta. And we're done. Dundee have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it.
Attacking fullback, kicking power, double touch. Harish, UFC.
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. We have already started here. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Rijkaard makes the interception. Valverde. Oh, that's a nice ball. Neymar in acres of space out wide. Vieira does well to stand firm and defend it.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Iniesta. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Araujo did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Thuram spots it and intercepts.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Valverde is wide and looking to get onto this. Darren Fletcher. Madrid applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course, the returns can be terrific. Now it's Neymar. He's got away. Iniesta.
Iniesta really was well marshalled there, because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Now it's Drogba. Messi. Dembele. Oh, well played. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Has a look and plays it forward. And the shot's on here. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. So your views on the first half?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, I can imagine both managers.
He's had a shot! They've scored!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Scholes demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Madrid are in front now, the game's only goal.
Oh, half-time has been a blessing for this team. You know, what a great start to the second half.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. It's a good run down the right.
Oh, great feat, that.
Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. And that is a routine catch.
I was expecting him to play it in until I saw his run-up.
21,649.
Adams.
Well, this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Araujo did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, you could see he was eager to get a shot away, but there was too much flesh and bone in his path.
Oh, good-looking ball. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Danger averted for now. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and
Hits one! He's got a goal! Two to the good! They have breathing space!
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that two-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Ah, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
And here's Maradona. So, what can they make of this? Looking for options for movement. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Thuram. Valverde. And that's another good win of the ball. And it's Scholes. He's in plenty of space here. Oh, not quite. Rijkaard getting this one clear.
Substitution on the field. Number 11, Didier Drogba. Number 25.
No, he refuses to take the bait.
Federico Valverde.
And he's managed to get free.
Krobenberg.
And that will be it. Dundee were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking? Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. Could be danger here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Now it's Drogba. Oh, well played. He needed to get that right. Now it's Owen. He might be in here. Now it's Neymar. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
Sporting with the corner, there first. That's a decent clearance. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to...
And the shot! They would have been quick. Oh, he's been caught napping! Has another go! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Veron, Drogba. And now they can spring out of defence. Aimed beyond the defence. Chance! It's their second corner of the game. And that is out of play. Neymar works it forward. Well read, nice interception. Doué. And that has been clubbed away. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. It's Drogba! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Drogba really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Dundee have their third corner. McAllister can get it clear. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And now a sudden chance to count. He's had a hit! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And he's there to clear it. Sporting applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course... Yamal! Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, played right into his path. And he's quick to get it clear again.
We are defending as its best.
And it's Drogba.
Drogba
Deflected behind for a corner kick. This possibly the last play of the half. That has been knocked clear. Yamal. Owen. Neymar. Now there's a fine ball. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, it has been a half largely of could-haves and should-haves. Perhaps the more impatient amongst the supporters will feel they're overdue a goal, but it's certainly not for the want of trying, so nothing to show as yet. At the break, it's 0-0. No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time.
Substitution on the field. Number 24,
And we're underway again.
number 4.
Dundee are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Taken back almost at once. Looking for the run.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Rudiger promptly onto that, and that is that. Dundee come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Neymar. Owen.
Owen.
Perfectly measured that. Oh, he's burst through. Mbappe! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Corner number 2 then. They've played it short. He's having a hit! Dundee have the chance to go the other way. Oh, that's well spotted. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Gravenberg is offering some sort of an apology there.
That just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
And he's gone backward here. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Valverde. Well, that's been cut out, well played.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And this is Owen. Can he finish? They've scored! That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal.
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist? Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
Sporting have penetrated for the first time.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Oh, that's a nice ball. He's through here.
Dundee need to give it everything they have, kitchen sink included.
Cleared without hesitation. Good spot, he's seen the run. Schmeichel deals with it effortlessly. And that's that. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour.
2 मैचों में
Well, hello and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Messi, he could be in here. Veron. And the ball is out of play. And it's Dembele. And he's picked out the run. Musiala deals with that comfortably. Deftly away. Now it's Bellingham. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And that's another throw.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Mbappe. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now that's well seen too. We expected better, and so did he. Vinicius Junior. And it's Veron. Messi, very much a man of this moment. Oh, what a... And he's following up! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Vieira. Oh, good ball, and this looks promising. Vinicius Junior could move up a gear here. Bellingham. Oh, played right into his path. He's through here. Bellingham! Oh, this time, surely! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Decent chance! And again! It's off target and by quite a way.
His radar picked up on that very quickly and he was first to react.
Maldini. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Drogba. The defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And he's in, uncanny finish! That's really well cleared. Oh, easy pickings there. Can he put it away? The captain scores!
Yeah, the captain has gone further up in everyone's estimation after an opener as wonderful as that. The manager...
And the half-time whistle goes. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Dundee. Real chance! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Oh, it was such a clever pass that flummoxed the defence, and it could well be revisited, this.
And here's Messi. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. That's a sharp pass. And it's Messi.
अरे घूम के मार रहा है यार वो भी.
The message is clear. None shall pass. It's Dembele! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Dembele is offering a wry smile there. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Dembele. Musiala.
Dundee have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Passes coming off in quick succession. Drogba!
इतने दूर से
Well, that
आ
was
गया
well
भाई,
positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Oh, that's a key interception. Vinicius Junior. Final ball not quite right, and his teammates are irritated at that. Gravenberg. Now it's Drogba. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
Vinicius Junior. Maldini getting this one clear. Musiala.
That's what has to be done now. No question about it.
Position पे
They're
इसको
coming
मालूम पड़ेगा
again
आगे
and
फिर भी वो
again.
पीछे जा रहा है.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Oh, he's been caught napping. And he's surging through. Shapes to shoot.
लड़ाएगा कितने बॉल लड़ाएगा
And
भाई.
that would have
पूरे
won
अड़े
it.
साले को.
Drogba really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Corner number 2 then. It's a mighty effort. Oh, and that should have been 2.
Drogba really did let them off the hook. They could have wrapped it all up.
Substitution.
Messi. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner.
एक जीरो से मैचेस जीत रहे भाई.
It's their second corner of the
एक
game.
जीरो से.
Araujo can get it clear.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Bellingham. Oh, that's fabulous. Hits one. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And he has kept it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 3 coming up.
और
Oh, he's been caught on it here. Oh, good ball. Shots on here.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Yeah, defending.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Yeah, defending.
Rodri. And here's Kvaratskhelia. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's shifting through the gears here. And he's only too happy. And the shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Musiala actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
All hands on deck for this one.
That's just...
And that is that. Dundee have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads.
गहरा शॉट एक गुल नहीं वाह रे वाह कोनामी आराम खोर कोनामी बहुत बढ़िया मैड्रिड चमार्टिन अब आया औकात पे कोनामी अब आया कोनामी औकात पे
Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a big game, it looks like a big game. Mind you, they all do at this ground. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. He's just one of the best strikers of the ball you'll ever see.
There's the shot! They've scored!
What a super start! A total shocker for the opponents. Talk about how to wrestle control. That's how you do it.
As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, his appreciation of space then was absolutely exceptional. A moving genius.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And here's Drogba. Belletti. So just a one early goal to report so far, and the score is 1-0.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Final ball not quite right, and his teammates are irritated at that. Gravenberg. Vieira. And the shot's on here. Can he finish? Dembele gets flagged offside. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Eto. And he cuts out the supply. Gravenberg. Dembele. Messi. Casillas deals with it effortlessly.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Cannavaro calmly anticipates. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Eto looking to run onto it. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Gravenberg producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Rodri. Fernando. And Torres! Really well taken goal. They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, that's something that'll make the manager proud because they dug in deep then and they've got their leveller. That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
Madrid grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides, and with such great individual talent on show, it could go either way.
Now it's Messi. And he's intervened well there. And the first half is done. A pretty decent watch this, and each side has contributed in equal part. Couple of very good goals for the crowd to enjoy, and a game which is right on the edge. At half-time, it's 1 each. So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. There's the whistle then to start the second half. Haaland, a searching ball that into space. Madrid have reclaimed it. Dundee come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Look at this. Haaland! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Wilshere getting this one clear. Valverde. Passes short and sharp. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
वीरा के अंदर घुस गया था बॉक्स के.
Neatly clipped into space. They're urging it. Has a go! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Doué really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Dundee have their second corner now. And he's taking no chances there. And it's Vieira. Gravenberg. And the shot! Decent enough try.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Drogba. Vieira. Just about up to the hour now. Cannavaro can get it clear. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Dundee have it back and can go again. Oh, good ball! Oh, that's fabulous. And the shot! It's in! Into the lead once more.
perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang. That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Oh, super find.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Drogba is fouled. Time then for the first substitution of the game. This looks very much like a shoring up of the rear guard.
Look, only time will tell now if this is the right decision, but at least the manager hasn't dawdled. You know, he's reacted quickly, and it needed that.
Up he goes! He's got away with one there. That's really well manoeuvred. Good ball over the top. Well, that's an excellent interception. Davids is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Well, we expected better, and so did he.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Doué. Drogba. Oh, good read. We are into overtime. Araujo makes the interception.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Messi. That's really well manoeuvred. And that will be it. Dundee proudly puff out their chests in victory. They know that was a battle. They know it could so easily have gone the other way. And they are clearly so happy to have won it. Haaland claiming the Man of the Match award. And there is very little room for argument. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
This was all about tactics, Peter. A weakness in the central areas, both in defence and midfield, which is something we referred to before the game, and the manager was smart enough to make sure it was exploited.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
Nagpur. क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो फॉर्म में है, लेकिन तुम मत खेलो। उसके बाद डो फॉर्म में है, खिलाते हैं डो को। डो पासिंग भी अच्छी कर रहा है डेविड।
Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a big game, it looks like a big game. Mind you, they all do at this ground. We have already started here. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Kante kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Kante at the back.
Araujo. And here's Drogba. Messi. Drogba. Oh, that's a fine interception. He can get that clear. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
I've always been impressed with this boy, Pau Cubarsí. It never ceases to amaze me, Peter, how the Catalans always manage to unearth all of these gems, especially in an age where the demand is quite high on defenders. He's really the perfect package.
Well, quite no argument from me on that one. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it. Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Oh, Messi! Now, who's going to be first to this?
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
No way through. Valverde. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Oh, that's fabulous. Tries a shot! They've scored!
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
Dundee have taken the lead.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Well, that has not gone well. Oh, shooting chance! It's there! And they're at it again in double quick time.
The invitation was received with such a clever run, and he had that defence in utter confusion.
Dundee are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from...
And the finish! Yes! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Well, it doesn't have to look spectacular. Why complicate simplicity?
Dundee find a position of real strength now.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Dundee have scored 2 quick goals here. And here's Neymar. Oh, decent hit! And that is wildly off target.
He trapped it expertly, Peter, and released it very differently.
Maldini. There's the whistle for half-time. So no shortage of thrills, no shortage of fireworks, but all very one-sided. We appear perhaps headed for a cricket score at this rate, unless there is a significant change in fortune. It is 3-0 at half-time.
Peter, do I really need to say anything, or can I simply refer you to the scoreline?
Dundee, 3 goals to the good after a really excellent first half that's been intriguing to watch. Plenty of highlights to show you during the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Neymar looking to get on the end of this. Oh, great chance! Valverde, the man synonymous with solidity. Valverde. Valverde is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Gravenberch. Dundee really do look to have it all sewn up here. Conte. Just about up to the hour now. Strokes it back. Oh, that's clever. Doué and Doué. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Gravenberch. This is promising. That is a great pick out. Trippier. Now it's Oyarzabal. Trippier. Nicely worked. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Dundee still have the cards to affect this game. Now it's Valverde. He's one-on-one, shot a goal! And that has forced the very best out of the keeper.
Well, the most exciting sight on a football pitch. He had too much trickery for that defence. Brilliant. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Rijkaard. And it's Messi. Now it's Valverde. Bellingham gets into a good position. Oh, smashing header! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. So there's going to be another change here. Haaland coming on here. A change that was broadly anticipated.
Yeah, I think the manager might have feared his team could become a little tentative, conservative even, Peter, but this will make a nice change.
Dundee are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. Now it's Del Piero. Dundee are coasting towards victory. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Araujo calmly anticipates. Fletcher. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Offside. घूम फिर के इतनी गंदी पास कर दिया रे नहीं तो.
Dundee making consecutive changes here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Looking for the runner. Kante kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Passing is crisp and sharp. And that's really well manoeuvred. And that is as far as it goes. Dundee can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponents aside ruthlessly.
was hand, but
Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Dundee definitely impressing me here. Especially